Hey, how's it going? In this video, we're going to go over the balance between conversion rate and average order value. So if you haven't seen any of the other videos, one of the most important things when it comes to e-commerce is obviously AOV and conversion. It's literally one of the, those are two of the biggest levers you can pull to grow your brand. And when it comes to advertising, those are also two of the biggest levers that actually have an effect on ads performance, right? If people are only ordering $10 worth of product versus 50, that's going to change ad performance. When people are converting at a 3% versus a 1%, that's going to triple ad performance again. So when it comes down to it, those metrics are just as important as any other ad related metrics like click-through rate, CPM, which is why we focus heavily on making sure that those are in alignment. And this calculator right here, the website metric calculator, is one thing that can help you do that. So let's go through conversion rate and AOV and why they're very, very important. This is a bit more of an entry-level video, so definitely good if you're not super familiar with this. And then we'll go through a really nice tool to use to figure out what conversion rate and AOV you should be going for. And more importantly, the effect of increasing your conversion and AOV just by a little bit and how that can absolutely transform your business. So let's hop right in. So first and foremost, again, there's really only three metrics when it comes to revenue: website visitors, right? Conversion rate and average order value. So the amount of people coming to your site, what percent of them end up purchasing, and how much they are buying per visit. These are really the three biggest metrics when it comes to e-commerce as a whole, and this is really going to determine your revenue. So as an example, we'll just say 1% and $50, which is actually quite a common AOV and conversion balance. And we'll just say you're getting 10,000 website visitors a month, right? So in this chart, you can see if we just increase your conversion rate from 1% to 1.25%, you now have an extra $1,250 a month. Same thing for AOV. If we just increase your average order value from $50 to $60, all of a sudden you have an extra $1,000 a month. You go from 5,000 to 6,000. And if we increase both of them, right? If we increase average order value and conversion rate both by 20%, all of a sudden we go from 5,000 a month where we started to 7,200. If we increase them both by 40%, we just doubled the entire business. So that is why they're so important, because just a 0.25 increase and a $10 increase can add an extra $2,250 to your existing business. You can basically increase your revenue by 50% just by a $10 increase in AOV and by a 0.25% increase in conversion rate. So that's why the numbers are very, very important. So, if this was at a bigger scale, let's say you're getting 100,000 visitors a month. Whoa, now the numbers even get a little bit crazier. Now we're adding $10,000 a month, and we're adding an extra 12,000 when we just increase conversion rate by a little bit, right? And this is why it is so important. So let's just say you are getting 100,000 visitors a month at a 1% conversion and 50 AOV. So this is the cap table. And this is a really nice tool that you can use. Basically, it's your starting average order value, your starting conversion, and then intervals. So 1 to 1.2, and it just takes the multiple of both. So at a 54 AOV and a 1.12 conversion and 100,000 visitors a month, you would be at $60,000, right? And this is really nice because you can change, obviously, your visitors. This is determined by the visitors in this box here. You can change, of course, your starting revenue. That is determined by your starting AOV and starting conversion. What you can also do is change your interval. So these all go up by about $2. You could change that here to maybe $5, right? And now we're going from 55 up to 135. You could change your conversion rate interval to maybe 0.25%. So now it goes by intervals of 0.25% instead of 0.12. But we'll go a little bit lower just so you can see the change, right? Great. So you can see now when you just increase your AOV from 50 to 52, oh, there we go. Add an extra $2,000 a month. 54, 4, 5, 6, easy numbers, right? It just keeps going up. So what this can do is this can actually enable you to find a good combination or a what if scenario when it comes to your AOV and your conversion rate, right? So when it comes down here, obviously we're looking at a huge increase in both, but it's nice to see what you could do if you actually hit those metrics, right? So this is what it's really about, is looking at, all right, what could we realistically do to increase our AOV? Well, maybe we could sell another product with the order that's smaller. Maybe that product's only worth $4, but if you add an extra product with each order that's worth $4, oh, we just added $4,000 a month. Maybe we just increase prices by a couple cents, $1 on the products. So now we're at 50 to 54. So you can see what the small changes actually do, and then you can target what would be realistic. So maybe you say, all right, let's just add a $4 product to most orders. So most people are adding 1 to 2 more products on their orders that are worth around $4, right? And so on average, now our average order value goes from 50 to 54. Great, we just added $4,000. So this is kind of our target now, right? Oh, all right, so let's see about conversion. So we're at a 1%, but what if we increase the fluidity of the site? What if we make it a little bit faster? What if we added more social proof? What if we added more testimonials? What if we do a little bit of PR so we can have, CNN, Fox, whatever kind of logos you want on your site to kind of add social proof? What if we do a bit more of a flow refinement on the checkout process to increase conversion? All right, so we think maybe if we just added those things in, we could get to a 1.24, right? So now, if you think you can just add 0.24 to your conversion, now what we're looking at, is we're looking at this number here, right? The 66,960. So from that $4 increase and that 0.24% increase, now you just added an extra almost $17,000 to your business. So what we do, you put that in here. So our selected increase is D4, right? Great. So now you can see that that's a almost 34% increase from where you started at with $51, right? And now you can see how that looks over a longer period of time. So your ending revenue now, your increase was to 66 and you started at 50 a month. So you can see over the course of a year, you're at 600 normally, right? And now we're at 803 just by taking that multiple, just timesing it by 12 essentially. And you can see how that small increase affected everything. So that added an extra $203,000 just by increasing your AOV by $4 and your conversion rate by 0.24%, right? So really, this calculator is meant to show you a few things, right? It's meant to show you, first of all, how small increases can have a huge difference. It's supposed to help you gauge and kind of find out what would be a realistic increase based off some different strategies, and you can kind of pick a goal to go for when it comes to your AOV, when it comes to your conversion. And then it also enables you to see that huge kind of jump on a yearly basis and where you're at and where you could be when you just make those small changes, right? So it's really used as a tool to plan, forecast, and really understand what kind of little changes can make to your overall business, right? The harder part is understanding, okay, what changes do we need to make to hit this goal, and how do we actually get to that $54 and to that 1.24%? And that will be in a separate video. But this is kind of the prerequisite. This is the tool to use to kind of identify where you want to go, how much could it actually help your business to prove to yourself that it's worth your time. And then from there, you can go out and actually seek making those changes to get to those KPIs that we set out and stated here. All right. So I hope this video helps. The link to this calculator will be in the description. If you have any questions on how to use it or anything, let me know, but I think it's fairly straightforward. Otherwise, feel free to check out the next video coming up soon on how to increase that AOV and conversion rate. All right.